I just can't be defeated. I got to just lose good. Whatever my opponent, if it's a human being or the business, they gonna say, man, this is my tough opponent. And I'm still gonna have the respect. I ain't lose no respect if I took an L. You can't lose when you lose if you fight back. Whatever it is, bro. Even if it's a divorce, you give it all you got and it still don't work, then it's bigger than you. You ain't lost. You probably got freed up for real, for something better.
You about to turn into one of the hottest episodes of the Climb Back series.
The Climb Back series is here.
We're going to tell you how to bounce back, turn it around.
The Climb Back series.
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 Climb back series.
The Climb Back series.
Climb Back series. The Climb Back series.
We got the Climb Back series here.
Thank you, the Climb Back series.
This is the Climb Back series. What's good, everybody? It's your man Hef Streams, and the Climb Back series is back. We out here in Baltimore, man, at the studio with a Baltimore legend. Not just a Baltimore legend, but, you know, a legend in himself. It's TruBill Rico Reed, the rapper, the entrepreneur. Thank you for welcoming us to the studio, man.
My man, appreciate you, bro.
Back with the Climb Back series. So what's interesting about when me and you got in contact, I want to just start off and just tell the world.
Yeah.
You were different and unique off the break. So when you DM me, you was on the box.
Oh yeah, when I first came on.
Off the break, that made my eyes wide because I'm like, man, you know, somebody going through a lot of stuff that they got going through in their life. Yeah. Found some time to want to do something inspirational. So go ahead and tell me about that. You know, where you were physically, mentally, when you reached out to me and how you got in that situation.
First, what got me in that situation, of course, breaking the law. I was at the end of my sentence, federal for possession intent, fentanyl, big conspiracy around Penn North, like 34 of us. Wasn't one team, it was several teams, but the area was indicted. In our culture, we named our dope shop and our product a certain name. I had what they call Master P. I had people everywhere, like it was like I know I wasn't getting all the money in the city, but it just looked crazy. I was public, so, you know. Yeah.
And what part of Baltimore are you from?
West
Baltimore.
White Lock, Madison Park, AKA Murder Mall.
Got you.
Pennsylvania Avenue, too. I mean, just the whole, what they call the 17.
How old were you when you first got arrested, when you first got locked up?
My first 12, but yeah, 12. I got caught when my uncle breaking into school at 9, but we robbed the dude for his lambskin at 12.
Hold on, you gotta rewind. So you got caught breaking into school,
and they just took me back to my great grandmother's house, right? My uncle and them, I was following them. They wasn't doing nothing but what's that called? Destruction of property.
Okay.
They probably was mad at the teacher or something. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me about your early years. So obviously you got into some shit here or there coming up in Baltimore.
Here. More than there.
Talk about it.
The beginning, I started 12. Just misguided, trying to be a tough guy. Because I don't come from a home where it was financial hardship. Like, I don't have that story, right? So everything I've done really was being foolish.
Really?
I didn't do it out of necessity. No, I didn't do it.
So that's interesting. So you had like a complete household. What do they call that?
What I had, it was 2 parents there. My step pop and my mom. I kept fresh tennis. I wasn't dusty. Nothing. I was good. I was good for it. I'd never been hungry. Lights never been off. I don't got none of that story, right? I mean, shout out to people that overcame that. I'm not saying that being arrogant, but I'm just emphasizing that's how lost I was. I didn't have the necessity, the hardship to do that. I was just misguided.
So what inspired young Rico? What was something that was on your mind? What did you want to do early years?
Gangster movies. And then my aunt, you know what's crazy? My aunt, this go way back, right? When they used to rent tapes and all that shit, DVDs, she used to get me them joints every week. I was spoiled. My father's side, they got money. You know what I'm saying? So I go over there in the weekend to send me away from White Lock, to go somewhere else, and I have a young Prince life over there. You know what I'm saying? Then I go back in the trenches during the week. You know what I mean? So So part of spoiling me, I was like, I want to look at the Untouchables. I want to look at Uncle Bone. That shit was fucking me up, bro. That shit was fucking me up.
So it's like you got the good household, in your words, but you obviously got chaos outside in the streets.
When I step out the house, it's something else.
But then you get away and you get to watch the movies.
Yeah.
So it's almost like the allure led you to kind of make that decision because you said it was a necessity.
It wasn't, but it was in my veins too. See, a lot of shit was hitting. Hustles all through my family, right? So the money there, I had a 22 rifle, go hunting, had 12, shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So like, I had a great life, bro, to be honest, kid. I just made it rough, right? So by me not knowing the family history, it's important. The good and the bad you share with the children because it explain to help them understand why they got certain inclinations.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And always censor what your kids listen to and look at, bro. Don't just let them go off, especially in this time, because they just got the phones and that'll babysit them, bro, and keep them out. That shit we all our thoughts, but that's something different. But I just had to slide that in, bro. That shit indoctrinate them.
How many beers did you do?
How many beers I done altogether?
Yeah.
I got 4. I gave 1 back. I went to prison at 17 for 4 years. Robbed another motherfucker, right? And I just sniffed dope at 16. So I was definitely on the path to die. You know what I'm saying? So 4 years, 17. 22, I had 3 years, 10 months in the phase. You know what I'm saying? That's 4. Then 32, I had 15 years. I got that overturned.
You got 15 years overturned?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then 50 or 48 at the time, I got 5 years.
That was the 2020.
Yeah.
Okay. So, and then speed up, after you went through all those hardships, right? You still found a way to stay inspired, right? You got into your music. When you start rapping?
Like 93.
Okay.
Something like that.
So 93 was the first time you thought about being a rapper. You coming up in Baltimore, you seeing all the chaos around you, even though you come from a good home. You decided to try, some drugs when you were 16.
Yeah.
But now you becoming a man, right? You get into it. Speeding up to the day, we talked about what you did last night. And we're going to get into detail of how you got to that point. But you had a pretty decent show last night, I would say. Great opportunity.
It was cool.
Shout out to Club Iconic, right? You
Shout out to Tracy and stuff on.
Yeah, so how did your night go? Talk about that, man.
I mean, it was an opportunity. This is one brick in the many bricks it take to build a foundation. The crowd was tough though, bro. They young, yo. Right? So I don't make drill music and all that crazy shit. I make money music, bro, and hustling.
Well, that's the first thing that a lot of people talk about. Even when I was, doing research into your story, you know, the older rapper.
Nigga, what you want? Got it by the ground. Do not hit my phone. Ain't spending bad. Shopping come alone. I'ma start spraying. Billion out the phone. This the motherfucking plan.
You know, if a person's learning about your music at an older age, they call you an old rapper. And how do you feel carrying that moniker? Does that affect you and how you operate? Or you still rocking the way you rock as Rico Reed?
I'm gonna be honest. At one time, it probably made me a little insecure, right? But then, because the narrative was that it's a young man's sport, right?
Because that's what I hear. Not to cut you off, but it's like, man, they old, what they still rapping about? And I'm like, well, is that a young man's sport? Do you have to be a certain age to rap?
No. That I had to think where the fuck that came from, bro. And I can't pinpoint who started this shit. But the more I know about the industry, right? It's a market for old. Ice-T probably 60 something. This nigga ain't dropped his album in August. Shout out to Ice-T, right?
Shout out to Ice-T.
So look, that let me know that validated that I know I was on the right path. But what made me be comfortable with it instead of being insecure with it was I had to think about who started this narrative and why would it be? Whether they did it, whether it was malicious or whether it was their honest opinion, right? The more you learn about the industry, you can't take advantage of an older nigga. Now, let's say they come from the point of view, it ain't no market. It is a market. Because I was a lot of with niggas that was 60 listening to rap. 70. So it is.
Did that perspective?
It helped me embrace this shit more, to come home full throttle, right? I said, they don't want to listen to a 20-year-old perspective unless they just want to travel and think about their wild days. But on an average day, they don't want to listen to that shit.
Does this affect the way you make your music? Does this change what you rap about, knowing that you might have a young crowd not being able to relate? Or do you just keep it consistent the way you want to do your music?
All right, I'm not aware. I'm not sure that you're aware. I've been saying OG season. That's one of my hashtags. My music, for real, I was thinking about naming my EP 40 and over. Like, this ain't for you. You understand?
Yeah.
I'm not rapping for them little
So you ain't catering to nobody.
No,
You
why would I?
You doing your own thing.
Because I know who Rico Reed is now. Lil Rico, my name Rico, government, right? Lil Rico didn't know who he was. That's why he went through so many changes. Being a gangster, being a drug abuser and all this bullshit. That wasn't me. The Rico before I jumped out the porch was me. And that's who I am now. I'm just a dog version of that. More wise, you know what I'm saying? That's the purest form of who you are, bro. When you young. That's why your teeth white and eyes white, all that shit. That's your purity. But then we dumb it down and dilute, pollute ourselves, bro, with all this extra shit. That narrative, who the fuck made it up? So why should I live by that? I'm too old to rap. Rap is 50 years old. I'm 50. Nigga, I've been the whole cycle with this shit. This shit rock and roll now, bro. This shit great be niggas. I see some white people, white men, Caucasian men, a few years back, that was rapping they was mean, bro. It was going viral. It was 2 of them. They had to be about 70, bro. Man, I'm not living, cause I don't have to be blown up like Drake to be successful. I know the business now, bro. So I don't need that accolade. A motherfucker in Carroll County might not know me, but I know how to monetize this shit, bro. And I always wanted to. I got a 9 to 5 right now because I don't want to go back to prison. You understand? But I still hustle my clothes, shit, other shit, right? So what I'm saying is, my ultimate goal is freedom. And if I can live, if I made 30,000 off a rap alone a year, made another 100 off my clothes, bro, I'm rich. Because I'm living how I want to live, bro. I'm doing it my way. It's worth way more than a million. Excuse me. If I don't even want to say I never reached that, because I am gonna reach that. Millionaire that I'm gonna reach it. Unless God just call me on. That's the only way. I ain't short-stopping myself no more going back for the prison. I don't want to say I wasted time because I evolved each time. All this time to that, bro. But I can learn on the street now. I don't need to sit still and all that shit. I know how to sit myself still. So the old rapper, this just ain't for you, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's just another way for all us to be goddamn separated. Ageism.
Man, you gotta like, share, and subscribe to Climb Back Series. Stop right now. Hit the subscribe button.
I don't really care about them judging me being an older dude rapping. But for the culture, the older dudes and the younger artists, male and female, need to work together. Because we can help. You can span your audiences. You do a record with me, you probably gonna reach older crowd. I do a record with you, I probably will reach a younger crowd. And then the eyes that's looking, the lack of unity scares the money away. So we really, everything you're working towards, you really taking a step back by being separate and just all together outside of just entertainment, just as a people, bro. We gotta stay together, bro. Stop being so quick to hurt each other. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nothing tough about that. So I would say that. You know what I'm saying? And the gatekeepers, cut that out, man. Like, what you gatekeeping for? You hold yourself up. I mean, if you gatekeeping for a standard, I understand. You know what I'm saying? You're not ready. But other than that, just to oppress and suppress somebody's advancement, that's corny. That's some sucker shit right there, ain't it, man? So
100%.
You better hope you fucking make it to be old.
Oh, man.
I never thought I was gonna be old, bro. You know what I'm saying? I never thought I was gonna make it past 21 at one time, then 30. You know how that shit go. But yeah, so to them people, I mean, I understand why you're saying it. You don't even know why you're saying it, but I understand why you're saying it, right? It's the same for you.
Do you want to win them over? Do you want them as fans, or you don't really care?
Nah. I already know what I want. I know what my target market is. I know last night was just an opportunity to be in front of, do my job and be in front of more people, right? And if I can win some of them young people over, right? But that wasn't my goal, bro. That's just content. Content king, bro, right?
100%.
And then look, listen, by me getting footage of that, my great-grandchildren will be looking. When I'm gone, I'm gonna live forever, bro. So it's bigger. It's legacy. I'm doing this shit for multiple reasons, not just that average bullshit. Cause I was popular and getting money. I didn't have to rap to do all. Some dudes to get women and get materialistic shit. I already knew how to do that, bro.
Yeah.
So this is something I like to do, bro.
So let's talk about how you got to this moment. So when did you have your first musical kind of break? Or when you felt like people was listening and you was like, not just rapping, with
like
your
being
friends?
validated?
Yeah.
Westside Certified.
Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Because I had an interview, shout out to Cashland.
Yeah.
The
That's my man, John Cash.
Shout out to John Cash. He actually brought you up. He was saying you were one of the first rappers that wore his brand.
I noticed that a lot of rappers at the time in Baltimore were rapping on stage and they were going places, doing all these shows, and nobody knew your name.
Right.
So I said, yo, hey, why don't you, Cashland, let me put your name on the back of the shirt.
Genius, man.
And blew up. So
who were some of the rappers that you had?
Charm City C, TruBill Rico, Velly Smalls, the whole group that sung Westside Certified, all those guys.
And I thought that was profound, and I was like, damn, I'm actually getting ready to meet Rico Reed.
Yeah.
So you were the first people to put on Cash and talk about that Westside Certified and that whole movement, because that shit was huge.
Big shout out to John Cash, man. He even encouraged me to follow with my streetwear. So that show he not a hater. I think I met him through Charm City C. You know who that is?
No. Educate the people and the youngest that don't know.
That's one of my homeboys. He's from Murphy Homes. He started the whole independent thing, like music label way back, bro. Like Baltimore wasn't doing it. We the same age, but he just was ahead of his time.
But what year was this?
When he started it, it could have easily been probably 90, 91 or some shit like that. It could have been, because he said he the last one on Westside Certified. Charm City Records ever since 88.
So who all was involved in the song itself?
J Love was first.
Okay.
Dosey Little Brother Valley was second.
Dosey Little Brother. Shout out to Mando, right? Then Tay Ease, shout out to Tay Ease. Tay Ease changed his life around. He wearing suits and shit now. But then it was me. Then it was Fat Ant from Lexington. Shout out Fat Ant. Then it was Charm City C. So somebody had the idea of the song and then everybody hopped on the jump. Is that how y'all did it?
Back then they had CDs, put the beats on it. So it was a beat CD with different tracks on there. And she heard Westside Certified. This one I just gave my time back. I just came back home. So he said, bro, I heard this track. I couldn't think of nobody to be on it but you.
Who said that?
Charm City C.
Okay.
So I was like, all right, boom, let me hear it. He was like, I'm going to get to see whatever. So I linked up with the producer, TC. Shout out to TC. Took the CD home. It's probably about 20 tracks. I couldn't get past Westside Certified. I said, God damn.
Let me ask you this question. So we almost never got Westside Certified because you thought the name was too cocky.
I didn't want to do it myself.
I
thought it was too cocky.
So you felt like doing it yourself, saying Westside Certified would have been too cocky.
It's like I'm the only certified dude on the West Side. That's how I took it. And I didn't want my homeboys, or just no guy, there's a stand-up man. I didn't want them to feel like that. And I said, they ain't gonna embrace that. That's too cocky.
Tell us about the 100 Boys.
The 100 Boys were 3 guys, 3 offspring of, I knew all their parents and their family, right? It was Lil Rick, Lil Rel, and Lil Chuck, right? All right. So at the time, I had my hood galvanized, bro. Like, they was like, I'm talking about grandmothers, everything, bro. They know I sell drugs, but they say, I love what you're doing. I I might have you, a nigga mother in the booth if she won't rap. I just, everybody, bro. Like, so I gave people, my hood ain't never experienced it. I gave them something to feel good about and galvanize the hood, right? So I put them together because they were cool anyway, right? But they got kind of different lifestyles. Like Lil Rick was more deep in the street. Rel, they just grew up around it, but they were peers. And this was prior to me getting the 15 years. And bro, I'm talking about our trajectory was good, bro. I mean, it was because we Squirrel Wild was putting them on already. Like, I wasn't gonna rap, bro. I was just
Squirrel Rod, by the way.
Shout out Squirrel, right? I was just gonna, like be like a baby or something. You know what I'm saying? Like rap maybe here, a verse or something. So I do a lot of writing for him, hooks. I've always been good with hooks, right? So that was my group, right? And when I got the case and got the 15 years, it was dying down. My man, rest in peace, Big Bull, man. My man, right? I said, bro, just keep TruBill alive, bro. I'm going to get his time back, bro. Everybody thought I was done for the next 12, 13 years, right? So C stepped in, Charm City C, and got him. I just told my man, make rest in peace and boo. You don't let them steal him from me, bro. We put too much work in, bro, right? So they was running around afterwards, right? And start saying Charm City Records instead of TruBill. So I was like, all right, cool. So boom. And I gave the time back. So that's what the 100 Boys about right there.
So you chose football over basketball because you said there were too many eyes on you.
Yeah, I was
on a
too
court.
shy for that, bro.
And you preferred to hide behind a football helmet.
Yeah.
How does that affect your career as a rapper when the limelight is necessary? It's a phenomenal question.
That's not me anymore. But when I was young, because I didn't know who I was, bro. And then I think I had enough self-awareness to know I wasn't good at basketball too. So I didn't want to make myself look foolish.
What was the worst part of your game?
The whole game.
You was just, all right.
The whole game, bro.
So you ain't want people to see that you was bad.
Yeah, why showcase? Some dudes had aspirations and they was delusional a little bit, but they could have developed to be great. I just didn't want it that bad to jump out there.
So let's talk about your relationship with Valley Smalls, right?
Valley, yeah.
So Valley Smalls is deeper than just music.
I mean, like a little brother to me. Because Dosey and I are like brothers. And we, big things, we Libras. So that's, man, Dosey is one of the most authentic guys I ever met. Showing up, he ain't got no fake shit with him.
No, I took that when I met Dosey too. And I think I seen Valley perform at Jay Lee and T Lee's fashion show a few months ago. I think Valley was rapping.
Oh yeah,
he was rapping on stage. Yeah. So how is being a man of your word tied to being successful? You've lived off of being a man of your word.
It opened doors for me. Because you're accountable. People rely on you. It got to the point, being a man of my word, I ain't even had to pay for drugs no more. I can get that work. It gave me a street credit. Same way 800 or 700 credit score a dude in the corporate world, in the real world. The only way you're going to get that score is if you keep your word.
What would Lil Rico think of TruBill Rico Reed? So what would what would the younger self of you think about this version of you now?
Be proud of him. He'd be proud. I think proud. They ain't no thing I know. It is, my son got killed, so that Lil Rico shit kind of fucked with me a little bit. But yeah, he'd be proud, yo.
So the climb back is all about resilience, right? and climbing back from something. You said 2020 was a bad year.
Worst year of my life, bro. Worst year of my life.
Talk about that.
It started January. Little did I know I was under investigation. January the 1st, my girlfriend and I, like New Year's, we couldn't find them, dude, went to the live. I remember taking a picture. I had a long like trench on with the little fur sheet. Remember that them coats was?
Yeah.
I thought I was goddamn Frank White's motherfucker. But I remember the whole caption. I said, I'm just getting started. You know, I'm just getting, I was banging in the streets, bro. Like, I said, I'm just getting started. But for real, the feds just was getting started. They was 3 months in. It was a 6-month investigation, I think. So, 2-3 months in, I think. So then, my girl, she ain't gonna mind. My girl, she was when she get on her cycle, be on her cycles, she started bleeding extra hard, bro. The first I ain't, then that one particular time, it probably had my month before. Then in January having to get, and she was in so much pain, but she's so strong-willed and strong-minded, I guess can tolerate pain. I said, man, you gotta go to the hospital. She's like, nah. I said, I know how to get her to do it. I'm gonna go to her son. That's her pride. I said, man, your mother bleeding too hard, bro. Like, I never seen that shit. Talk to him. So, come to find out, we go to the hospital. She got leukemia. It's like, God damn. But the type of leukemia, we found out. She was in the hospital 30 days. I stayed there every night, bro. Open shop in the morning, do my dope shit up. They was watching me the whole time. So she come home in February. All right, boom. She recovering. Eventually, she rung that bell. You know, that shit was gone. So then, April, I go to re-up. You know the regular routine. We don't say where. You know it. I got tracking devices and everything on my shit. GPS, there's everything. They all on me every fucking way. Bro, so they bust me when I get in the car with the trafficker. My man ain't there, he sent somebody. Right? I get in the car, I tell him I don't want no more like bricks. Last few times I was buying 200 grams at a time. I know I can hurry him get rid of it. And then if something happened, it ain't, that's a lot, but it ain't a lot. And then ain't a big loss. He reached back, bring the brick. I said, damn, y'all, I said, I don't want no more, right? Yo, eat it, yo, send it. I put it in my dip. Skirt, boom, they boxed me in. Worst part, the COVID going on. It's
Right.
April. I guess booking wasn't receiving nobody. They lied and let me go. I'd rather been locked up because now I got explained. They took a brick off me and while I'm free. Bitch, you're right. You know what I'm saying? Now I gotta go back around, you know what I'm saying? Explain, bro, shit crazy, bro. We're gonna have to shut down. What the fuck? So now, 9 days later, they hit Abbey House. They hit multiple houses. Got a ton of money, bro. No more work. No guns, nothing. Just a ton of money, bro. That's why I said Pretty Birds. See, the black truck is too late. Bury the money 6 feet. Feds come, do your bid right back on your feet. That was really what I was talking about, right? So December 5th, 2020, my sister called me and say, yo, I gotta talk to you, bro. Where you at? The tone, I'm saying, damn, mommy, all right? Yeah, she good. So I was riding around with 2 homegirls. But my son in Virginia, though. She said, Lil Rico got shot. I said, what the fuck he doing getting shot? I didn't know my son was in the streets like that, bro. He used to be Lil Rico in front of me. Innocent. But I knew what he had in him. He used to fight a lot. I said, man, you want me to come down there? Oh, no, this is neighborhood stuff, Pop. I said, all right. She said, I got shot 7 times. I said, God damn. I said, you all right? She said, dig. That was the worst day of my life, bro. That was the year all together. But I wanted to give them everything I ain't have. A whole life. I didn't want to be no street nigga. I did that. So that shit was, nobody brought this shit out of me. You did a good job, bro. I might have glazed over this shit, right? But yo, so that year, whatever weakness I had, because I lost my money and everything, right? Everything that I believed in got taken. That made me strong as fuck, bro. Like, shit can't hurt me no more. I can feel it, but it can't hurt me. Shit can't hurt me. So, 2020, bro. That's why the shit I do now is because I want to do it. If you look on every post, it's gonna say LLLR. Long live Rico Rico with the doves. He living through me. He liked the rap, so I keep it pushing. Sure enough. Yeah. My ego ain't that big where I can't cry either, bro. Yeah. But I was a nigga, you know.
I'm crying.
That shit.
I just had a son, bro.
Bro, that's my only son. I got 3 girls. That was my only boy, yo. That nigga had the same face. His mother just give him the blues. I say, man, I'm telling you. That's because you look like me, bro. Just ignore her. That's still your mother. Love her, man. So, then, when December 28th, they came and swept all of us up. So I guess they just let me, I don't know if it was the time, process everything, and then they came got us. 3 weeks later, I had to about a week later, I had this funeral and all that stuff, right? So then, COVID still was going on. They set us on the box because they didn't find no guns, which was great. And no violence was in the case.
If you want to see more content like this, stop what you're doing right now and subscribe and hit that bell for notifications and subscribe to the Climbback series.
So I sat on the box 2 years. Then I done another 2 years. I'm home. I used to look at Jordan Peterson. It's a white man. He's a psychiatrist. And he talked about death. I binged on it to heal myself. And I knew I had to heal to a degree because I'm going to turn myself in. I can't be weak-minded and devastated going to prison. You know what I'm saying? So I done that. And I binged on it and it gave me an understanding, some clarity about this shit. DMX said this, but I heard it from Jordan Peterson. But I heard DMX say it first, but I appreciate it through Jordan Peterson, right? To live is to suffer, my nigga. I understand that shit now. That's just part of living. So I can't personalize this shit. That's what keep me pushing. I ain't no unique individual like that where I'm exempt the pain.
But that's why I always ask, man, like, how do you just not say fuck it, man? You know, you got the means to crash out. You know, you got the will to do whatever you want.
Yeah.
You got the resources.
That's the weak way, bro. That's weak. Being strong and being positive is more harder. This is a corrupt world, bro. Human beings ain't really, we civilized, but we civilized more so by fear, by religion, spookiness, by the judicial system spooking. Without that, bro, we'd be savages, bro. So I just said all that just to say the reason why I don't crash out because it's the weak side. That's the weaker part of me to crash out. The nigga crashing out, he feel like he ain't got no more reason to live. Got a lot of reason to live, bro. And by me losing my son, it made me not quick to hurt a motherfucker as fast as I would. And then I told my girl, I said, damn, why the fuck did I think this shit wouldn't have never hit my family? When it hit so many families before. It just don't hit the same until it really hit your household. So it made me more empathetic, bro. You know what I'm saying? At the same time, it probably made me a little more not cold, like in a sense, like to make me crash out, but
you were different.
Yeah, I view things different. I won't cross the line as fast, but if you get me there, I ain't turning back, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I know how devastating that shit is. And I know that a motherfucker won't have no mercy for you either. Because that's the state of mind that most motherfuckers in. Unfortunately, these days, they don't really care about life.
You know, it's funny because the kids see the older rapper. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But the older rapper came from somewhere, and still is rapping about things that make sense today. You know what I'm saying? And that's how things go full circle.
Yeah.
Because you know, you're not out there rapping about what the youngins like to hear, but you got a story to tell.
Yeah. I mean, hustling and drugs, you know, I rap like that. I mean, it's not ideal, but it's a story. And I also put it in a way where you can just take drugs out of it. It can be about your podcast. Like, I do it in a way where it's just the motivation aspect, right? But I look at it as I'm being an entertainer. It's the parents' job to teach them not to, you know, look too deeply into that shit and don't glorify it. You know what I'm saying? It's no different than an actor, bro.
So how'd you start taking those steps from 2020 to now?
But what?
With recovering, you know, obviously, you know, you're never gonna. It's a major loss in your life, but like, what steps
to
did
keep
you
going?
take? Yeah.
Well, you know what I did to help me? Because I remember Lil Rico asked me where I worked. So I said real estate had, you know, I was in music. I'm thinking I'm hiding this shit, but you can't hide it from the kids. Because what you don't do, they see too. They don't see you put no uniform on or nothing. Punching the clock. What they think, you could be an entrepreneur, but at that time, their comprehension is what it is, a child, right? So I taught him to be a street nigga, but I never did no street shit with him. I never exposed him to this shit, but I taught him to be one by him not seeing me do what he think a working dad do. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think in his heart he knew what you was doing?
Absolutely. And then he got siblings that, and people like,
tell him things.
That's gonna tell him. Like, your father's this, your father's that. He played with me one time. He had put something in the coat or something. So it must was a jacket or something. In the pocket. I'm like, what? What are you talking about? I said, boy, you don't play me like that, bro. I said, you dumb anyway. I was like, you wouldn't know what to do. But at the same time, I would never do that. I didn't want my son to be no street dude. Nah, I know that shit is painful, bro. Niggas glamorize that shit. That shit is, it's easier to get a job, bro. People think that shit is hard, bro. That's why I do this shit easy. Plus I got an easy job anyway. But show the fuck up. And do your work. You ain't even got, at a job, you ain't even, unless you got some crazy job, you ain't got to work every minute on an hour. Wait, work, you just got to show the fuck up, bro, and be accountable. In the streets, you can show up and don't sell one fucking drug, bro, not get one sale. If your product ain't right in your marketing and all that shit, or you ain't strong enough to keep it, dudes taking it, it's too difficult to be a street dude for real. It's easier to be a law-abiding citizen, bro. It just took me my whole life. That bull, it just took me my whole life to realize, you know, majority of my life. I'm gonna say not my whole life, but majority of my life to realize. Because I like to set my mind, that bull, and once I see that, what the bull do, what's that, the red thing, the target, bro, I'm on it. I just can't be defeated. I got to just lose good. Whatever my opponent, if it's a human being or the business, they gonna say, man, this motherfucker a tough opponent. And I'm still gonna have the respect. You know what I'm saying?
That's profound. You just gotta lose good. You're gonna lose, but you're gonna go out losing.
Yeah, I got a bar when I did with D-Boy. I say, took a couple of L's, never lost one strike. I ain't lose no respect if I took an L. It be in your mind. That's why niggas come back and kill niggas. All that shit be in your mind, bro. You can't lose when you lose if you fight back. Whatever it is, bro. Even if it's a divorce, you give it all you got and it still don't work, then it's bigger than you. You ain't lost. You probably got freed up for real. For something better.
Let's talk money, man. So when I was doing research on Rico Reed, Miyato was around, and it stands for something, man. Go ahead and talk about
acronym.
The acronym.
Money is always the object. The funny thing about it, I came back with this. While I was on the box, I had something called Saint and Sinner, the duality of man, right? Which was hot, but I realized once I went in that it was generic because they got shows called Saint.
Okay.
United States, the big corporations, you think about it, it's all generic shit. U.S. Oil, like what's the nigga name? Rockefeller.
Mm-hmm.
U.S. Airlines. All that's generic, bro. But Miato come from my first bit in '96. It was money is all I think of. It was the extra I in it, right? So on this bit, what inspired me was we are one. And then all the DC shit, what was it?
Hobo shooters
and all that stuff, right?
We are one.
So
yeah.
all that inspired me, that era right there. But I ain't no business, bro. I'm like the typical nigga to see another nigga doing something, see his money and they want to do it. You got to do your research. I flopped on that. I was like, what? Pursuit of Happiness. I had boxes of fucking t-shirts every goddamn way in my baby mama house, man. She was like, God damn, man. You know what I'm saying? So I flopped on that. So one day I was in the shower. I said, y'all gotta go back to Miato, bro. That shit was unique, bro. I made a word up. Nobody got this word, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I created the word. I gotta go back to that. So when I came home, and then my little brother, he gave me the plug with the clothes, you know what I'm saying, how to do. He said, man, you've been going to prison all your life, bro. He gave it to me while I was on the box. And I started doing the same stuff. He said, man, you a hustler, just change your product. I said, all right, thanks. Yeah.
You say you a hustler, just change your product.
Younger than me. This is my homegirl's son that I grew up with. But my mother's his godmother, so I say he's my little brother. Shout out to Loyalty Over Love. That's his brand.
All right, so from
Little Mill.
From the music business to the clothing business, you just an entrepreneurial OG. Where we gonna find you? Where we gonna see you soon? What's coming out? What's coming up?
All right, what's coming up is the fall drop. It's still hot. Y'all can get this. Y'all can get this. This is set, man. You know. Y'all can get this. Guess what? It's for $100, man.
It's nice quality too.
Yeah,
man.
yeah. $100, bro. Because I respect the grind. I expect anybody to spend their money and patronize, right? The average set is $150 like this, bro. At least $175.
How can they find you? How can they find the clothes?
Just go on Instagram.
All right.
Miato Hope.
We'll have some links for the clothes at the end of the episode, so you can definitely check it out. I mean, you know, that's the whole epitome of the climb back.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you got me here getting emotional with you because to live is to suffer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
And you got to find light at the end of your tunnel. And
yes, sir.
even when it came down to us and the way you reached out to me and you was on the box and you told me, you said, Hef, when I come home, I'm gonna have a story to tell.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I felt that energy, man. I was like, man, we definitely gonna do
I gotta get some motion, bro.
Yeah.
I ain't want to be premature. Even though my life story probably could have motivated somebody, but we live in a visual world, so you gotta have something in your hand.
But that's the one question I asked you. I said, you know, is there a storefront? We going to a business? And you was like, what you mean? What you mean? And you are the brand.
Yeah, I don't want all that. I mean, if the demand called for it, yes. But I don't need that to validate me. Masterpiece used to sell his stuff out of the. That's why I named my dope Masterpiece too. Same as they used to sell that stuff out of the trunk, bro. Some people may need storefront. That's another bill, bro. That's probably $2,000-$3,000 I'm gonna be responsible for. Then I put myself in a stressful situation when I can just pull up on you and hit you with it.
You heard that from Rico Reed, man. Yeah. To everybody watching the Climb Back series, we talked a lot about, you know, tragedy to triumph. Yeah. Tough loss. Yeah. You know, I appreciate everything you shared with me.
My man. Appreciate your
Back series
platform. I appreciate your technology skills, man. Your technical skills, my bag. And
shout out to Fully, the videographer. Much love to the crew.
Yeah, that's Lil Rico with the helmet. Not saying you shy, but you the man behind the camera.
That's deep.
That's why I'm gonna make sure I tag you so they can see who you are. If that's cool with you. Oh, my man. All right, yeah.
Now, what was talked about today was genuine, organic. I really appreciate you, man. And I hope everybody that's watching can take this and learn something, get inspired. Find TruBill Rico Reed on Instagram. Keep Miato in your heart. My music is coming out. Yeah. I'm going to definitely promote everything that he's got going on.
Yeah, appreciate it.
If things get tough, you know, we all going to experience our loss. We all going to lose, but don't give up. Keep fighting and climb back. It's another episode, man. Appreciate it.
1,000%.
Real nigga, guys stick together.